Hi everyone, here I am giving my opinion on the GoPro Hero 5 Black, which has just recently been announced. I am a big GoPro fan, but I'm not a fanboy to the point where I'll be buying every single version. So the last version, because I got the GoPro Hero 4, but for some reason didn't work with the iPod Touch, didn't work with my drone that I had at the time. Um, yeah, GoPro sorted that out. So I never bothered upgrading. So what I still use, I still even have the box. Oh, it's not in the box just now. Was the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition, and what a phenomenal camera this is. I can't remember when I bought this. Must have been about 2 years ago. Fantastic. I've used it so much. The first one I bought had slightly the lens wasn't quite right. Happily just sent it back to Amazon. They sent another one back straight away, and it worked perfect. And it's worked perfectly for the last 2 years. And I've done snowboarding with it. I've gone in water with it in its housing. And I've done trips to America and all that kind of stuff in it as well. And I think its quality is fantastic. So when the GoPro Hero 4 came out, I was like, oh wow, nah, I can't be bothered spending another £350. However, the GoPro Hero 5, so that's like I'm missing a whole generation. I'm going up to the double generation jump here, and this one has definitely tickled my interest to the point where I am definitely going to buy one. And the reason why is because it's got some things which I definitely wanted in my GoPro. First of all, so at the moment it's £350. When I bought this was £379, so the new one is cheaper. What I will say is that this one is able to send the files to my iPod Touch 5th generation that I've got. So I'll be interested to see if it's able to do that with the new GoPro Hero 5 as well. It seemed like when the 4 came out, there was loads of glitches when it first came out. So again, there's probably going to be glitches with this, but this has got additional things which can make me ignore the potentials if it doesn't work with my iPod. And it's looking good. So let's see if I can bring up any of the things which I saying I like about it. Well, first of all, what I think it's not going to be is actually optically that much better than the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. I think when they got to the Hero 3 Plus, optically, image quality wise, I think this is about as good as it's ever going to get. It is fantastic. Its dynamic range, its color accuracy, its saturation, everything has been superb. I have no complaints about from the GoPro Hero 3 Plus Black Edition. I think the Hero 3 wasn't quite as good as the Hero 3 Plus. I think there's definitely a sensor upgrade. So this new one, I've looked at a couple of videos where they're saying, yeah, look at the dynamic range difference, and you're kind of going, no, not seeing a difference here. What's going on? Or if they're saying, yeah, look at the grain, and you're kind of going, no, can't see anything. So I don't think that I wouldn't be buying this. I wouldn't be upgrading this for its supposed image quality that's better. It's saying it's going to be better in low light. That's exactly what this one said as well. Auto low light mode, super view mode. This one came with a remote as well, and a whole pile of little things. But what this one does come with is the LCD backpack already placed on the actual camera. So on the back of it, we are getting a touchscreen LCD screen straight away. So I can be viewing the photos without having to Wi-Fi them over to this. And I can start, the Wi-Fi thing is great. So if you are in a nightclub or something, I can stick the GoPro on a little magnetic mount that I've got and place it pretty much anywhere in a nightclub to get some cool nightclub shots. And it's done really well. In fact, I wonder if I can show you how well it did in a super dark nightclub. Hold on. Yeah, here I've got 2 videos. One is from backstage shooting a girl doing a comedy gig with a light coming straight into the camera and right beside the speakers. So the audio was just getting blown away by these full stage speakers, but it still captured it good enough to be able to understand what she's saying. And yet, I would say, yeah, you won't understand what she's saying there. But just generally, I'm like more than happy with that. That is a very difficult lighting situation. The other one, yeah, it's great. And the other one I did where I tested the GoPro Hero 4. No, this was the 4 against the GH4. And the Hero 4 was, okay, it was a bit grainier, but it seemed brighter than the GH4, both at 4K. So that was quite interesting going on there. So yeah, I don't think that the low light image quality is really better than the Hero 3 Plus or the GoPro Hero 4. I just don't believe they can make it any better than what it is in such a small sensor. But yeah, you can check out that video, type in high ISO test, kind of so GH4 versus Canon 5D Mark II versus GoPro Hero 4. So it was the Hero 4, not the 3 Plus, but same sensor effectively on that. So yeah, so there's that stuff which is impressing me. The screen in the back, the price is happy with that. The frames a second. Now that, so everyone's like, oh, it's 4K, 4K, 4K. I'm still not that bothered with 4K. It's such a pain in the butt to actually edit with, even if you're using proxy version of it. It just takes, and I've got the slowest internet in the world at the moment, so that is just not going to be of any use. However, it is doing 4K at a full 30 frames a second, finally. It's water resistant, so if you drop it in water, if you go swimming with it, it's up to like 33 feet. There it is. Brilliant. That's exactly what I was doing. The amount of times where I've gone out, and I've got my GoPro in its audio housing, the housing where you can hear everything. And then I've gone out and went, let's go for, I can't go in swimming with it, or I can't at least jump off the water with it in my hand. Oh, what a disaster. That's been a real pain in the butt. So the fact that it's going to be coming out where it is waterproof, water resistant, straight out the box without needing any housing, that's impressive, very interesting. But again, it's like professional audio and all that stuff. The audio that it captures is fantastic. For example, if I show you, here's some video footage. Again, you could call this low light, no lights on it in the house, and this is capturing a little voice clip of what Logan says.
Taxi's here. Taxi's here. Say hello.
Hello, Daddy.
Okay, we'll go. Say hello.
Hello, Daddy.
Okay.
Apart from that being the cutest thing in the world, it captured him absolutely fine. In terms of the dynamic range that you got with the 3 Plus, look at what it is. His exposure metering as well was fantastic.
Oh, is that another airplane over there, Loogie?
Yeah.
That's cool. Ooh. Up the. Ooh, bump bump.
Papa.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like, it just so many times, you've got the full brightness of the blue sky out there, but we can fully see the exposed of my son's face. It just works so well. So again, I'm not going to be buying it because I think it's going to have a better image. And again, for its audio quality, I use it a lot in daily vlogging. I've got it attached to my car. The car is quite a good audio safe place to do recordings.
And the heat was so good. So that's why I haven't done any videos. Travis, the heat was so good. So that's why I haven't done any videos for the last 2 weeks or so.
Perfect. It's just great audio, and even if I put it can even capture Logan's voice.
That there. What's that, Logie? Did you say you want some music?
Yeah.
Want some light? Do you want a bunny? Nope.
Yeah.
Bunny?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah? or loud music?
Bye.
Bunny. Okay.
No, but not bye.
Bunny. Okay.
So yeah, it's totally capturing audio from all sides, doing it very well. That was it squeezed in amongst the headrest of the seat there, and just GoPro's brilliant, and they really are good. And the amount of stands and stuff. So the fact that this one could do 120 frames a second in full HD, that's tickling my pickle. This one maxed out at 60 frames a second. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it was 1080p, 60 frames a second. If you did 1440, it was 48 frames a second. 2.7K, it was 30 frames a second. And 4K, 15 frames a second. Who wants that? That was completely useless. So the ability to go from 60 frames a second all up to 120 frames a second in the new GoPro Hero 5, that's going to be very interesting for the next thing that I'm wanting to buy. So I have a drone, and I hate it. I absolutely hate my drone. It's so nerve-wracking, it's scary, it's a liability. There's so many things you need to know about it. The batteries, the wind, the altitude, the humidity, the temperature, air traffic control areas, local housing laws, blah blah blah. You're just like, oh, I can't. It's so nerve-wracking, and it's just not good. Drones aren't fun. I'm not a hugely keen on getting the Karma. I'm quite keen on the little hand stick, but Karma, not massively big on it. Same with the DJI Mavic that's just come out. Amazingly small, but drones in Scotland, just not really doing it at all. So yeah, but here's the thing which I'm thinking of, like, hey, it's not a drone, you can still get aerial footage, and you can get aerial footage where a drone might not be able to get aerial footage. Check out this thing. It's called AER Throw Your GoPro. It's a thing. Have you ever had one of those Nerf balls which has got a tail? It's one of those, and you stick your GoPro in it, and you just lob it into the air, throw it at your friends, and it only really works if you're filming it in slow motion. So if you're doing the like 60, 90, 100, 120 frames a second, and then you get cool footage. And it's all going to be footage of about 3 seconds at the most, but that looks cool. There's a bit where they do it through the trees, and they just lob it. Oh, the speed you can throw at, brilliant. Have a look at that. I'll put a link down to that below. But I'm thinking, cool. I can put my the GoPro Hero 5 into that, just lob it at like for my property work, just throw it at houses. Imagine that. Cool, got a shot of it from above. That'd be brilliant. Then I don't have to worry about drones and wind and blah blah blah. I think that'd be pretty cool. And the thing, what's saying where you could do that, where you couldn't do it with the drone, is in a place where there's a bit of wind and there's lots of trees or high tree density. Or you're wanting to go as fast as something which is quite fast. So let's say you're like the skier or a car. You can effectively just throw it so it's chasing a car, overtaking a car, or something like that. I think that'd be cool. Or through the trees in areas where you just couldn't normally get it. I think that'd be very cool. So having 120 frames a second, that's looking like it's going to definitely be pretty good. Anything else? The simple one-button control, not a huge fan of that, but I guess you've got the back screen touchpad-y stuff. And the voice control, would I really be using that? I don't know. I think that's more of a gimmick. And the video stabilization, is the video stabilization really going to be for people who don't edit on something like Final Cut Pro, which has stabilization, a button for you to press? At least here, then you've got options afterwards, after it's done the stabilizing, of how you want to do it. So if I were to like click on this link with Logi, I can click stabilize. It will transcode that for me well, or figure out where the shakes are. And then at least I have options of how much stabilizing or how little stabilizing I want. So I'd be interested to see, I really want to do a test of how the GoPro Hero 5 with its inbuilt priority image electronic, it's not optical, it's electronic image stabilization, how that compares with editing on a computer afterwards. So yeah, for me, I think it's a great idea. If you've already got a GoPro Hero 4, probably not that much of a big deal. But if you're coming from a Hero 3, or if you don't have any cameras, I think this is going to be an astonishing buy. For 350 quid. Just brilliant. Yeah, 30 frames a second. You can do 30 frames a second. So I could literally throw this at houses in the air, get 30 photos in 1 second, and then that's be done. Hey, I've done aerial photography. Done. And I don't have to worry about air navigation codes and all that kind of crap. So yeah, that's my take on it. I think it's pretty good. I hope GoPro is not going to go down the pan with its financial dealings. The Karma does look like it's been humped by the DJI Mavic. But at least if something goes wrong with the Karma, at least you've still potentially got the actual handheld bit and the camera that you could use while your drone is getting fixed. Meanwhile, if your Mavic crashes, you're screwed. It's a one-trick pony, but it's a difficult one at the moment. But either way, you won't see me buying any drones anytime soon. More likely one of those like giant Nerf ball things that you can throw. That looks far more fun and far less stressful and far less expensive as well. Instead of like $1,000, you're spending like 60. It's like boom, save money. So anyway, there you go. That's my opinion on the GoPro Hero 5. Cheers. Bye bye.
Taxi's here. Say hello.
Hello, Daddy.
Okay, we'll go. Oh, is that another airplane over there, Loogie?
Yeah.
That's cool. Ooh. Up there. Ooh, bump bump.
Papa.
Cool. Travis. The heat was so good. So that's why I haven't done any videos for the last 2 weeks or so. That there. See for what's that, Logie? Did you say you want some music?
Yeah.
You want some light? Do you want a bunny? Nope.
Yeah.
Bunny?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or loud music?
Bye.
Bunny. Okay.